Good morning, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. Glad to be back with you. I have a special story for the children. I hope everyone will like it though. This happened on my homestead about 2 weeks ago. I was supposed to tell the children's story at church on that Sabbath, which is Saturday. And I'd been praying all week because I didn't have a story. And all week, I did not get a story. I just couldn't think of one. And I was praying very hard, Lord, please help me. I need a story. Well, finally, it was Friday. But let me back up 2 days when it was Wednesday. And I'll tell you what happened then. On Wednesday, I let out some chicks. They weren't the little ones, the little teeny ones, but ones that were about this tall. And they're completely feathered. And I had put them with the other chickens in the chicken coop, which is exactly what they needed. This keeps slipping down on me. And usually when I do that, then I have to go out for quite a few days and help those baby chicks back in to the chicken coop. They just can't seem to remember to follow everybody else in. They'll be close to the chicken coop, right around it, maybe even close to the door, but they just don't go in. There's quite a good step, maybe this tall, and they don't get in. Well, I went out that first day. Guess what? They were in. I thought I had the smartest baby chicks I'd ever seen. Went out the second day. Guess what? They were in. Well, the nights are way too cold for them to be out, so I was really happy. Well, the third night, I assumed that they would be in because they had been every other night. And you know what? They were not. They were not in at all. And it was already after dark, and the nights are way too cold for them to be outside. Plus, we have predators around that would love to eat a baby chick. In fact, chickens, lots of things like to eat them. Owls, raccoons, possums, big red foxes would. Certainly a coyote would. Cougar definitely would. And we have all those things around here except the big red fox. We don't have any of those. So I went out to lock them up and I looked in, and guess what? They were not in the chicken coop. I could not find them anywhere. I looked on the roost where the other hens were. I looked in the nest boxes. I looked on top of the little special brooder house, and that's where you put all the little baby chicks in the beginning so that they are contained and are safe. I couldn't find them. I could not find them at all. So I went outside and I began walking around and looking around, and I couldn't hear them peeping. And I walked around the chicken house, and that's very uneven. And I walked around everything that was out there, and I couldn't find it. So you know what I did? I did it again. I just kept looking and looking and looking for them. And it was dark, so it was kind of hard to see because I did not take out a flashlight or a headlight, which is the type of light that is like a flashlight, but you have a strap on your head and it's right here, so you can see where you're going. Well, after I'd looked around everywhere about 3 times, I was beginning to give up. And my friend Kim came out. And I told her, Kim, I can't find the baby chicks anywhere. So she began looking at all the same places that I had already looked. And that was fine because I thought maybe I just missed them and she'll see them. So I walked around the chicken house again. And suddenly, inside the chicken house, I saw one of the little chicks, the gray one. And I went in, I thought, when did it get inside? Well, I decided to look a little more closely and see I had a cage in there for a rooster that was very old and getting picked on. And when I looked closer, I could see between that wire cage and the wall 2 other baby chicks, and they were like this. They were just kind of smooshed up against there, stuck. And so all 3 of my baby chicks were safe. All 3 of the baby chicks were safe. Well, there's a story in the Bible, and it's a wonderful story, and it's about a good shepherd. And that good shepherd had a little lamb that was lost, and he got all the rest of them safe in the sheepfold. That's a special place that's like a fence around. He got all the other sheep nice and safe, and he went out looking for that baby. And he looked and he looked and he looked. And after a long time, he found the little baby. I don't know if it had fallen off a little embankment or if it had got stuck in some berry bushes. I don't know, but he found it. And he was so happy. And he put that little lamb around his neck. Or maybe he packed it in his arms. And he packed it back to the sheepfold. That's the good shepherd. He was not going to give up. Now, I felt a little bit like the good shepherd that day. I was looking and looking and looking, but I was not as good as the good shepherd because I was just about ready to give up and hope for the best that they would still be alive in the morning. But the good shepherd, he was not going to give up no matter what. And do you know who our good shepherd is? Jesus. And he feels that way about you and about me and about everyone. He loves us so much that if something is going on with us, that we're lost, and I don't mean just lost like, ooh, where am I? But lost like we are doing something wrong. And that can separate us from God. He is going to look for us and try to help us until finally he finds us and he can help us. So if you're ever in any type of trouble, then just remember Jesus is your good shepherd, and you can talk to him anytime. It's easy. It's like talking to your very best friend, and he will be there for you. Well, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. I want to pray blessings on you and yours, in your house, out of your house, in the day and in the night. Whatever you do, keep dreaming. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.